We thought this camp would be a straightforward adventure, but as always, the weather had other plans. Been raining for a good few days, which meant up the Cheviot, the streams had all turned into rivers, and the wind chill up there was pretty much down to zero. Most people would have probably called this camp off, but me and Bob, we aren't fair weather campers, so we pressed on. Setting the camp up was an absolute nightmare. The wind was howling and the rain was lashing down, and my fingers were so cold, couldn't feel the guy lines, couldn't feel the pegs, but we managed to get set up successfully. Unfortunately, we ended up stuck in our tents all night due to the weather. So, did we make a big mistake coming up here? Or is this the kind of night that makes a interesting story and an interesting adventure? Well, stick around and you'll see. And if you want to see more of this in the future, sign up to my YouTube channel, Cheviot Outdoors, to join us on further adventures. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm out with Bob, the pensioner, this afternoon. We've just parked up in College Valley, and we're going to find.
You're not supposed to tell them where we're camping, man.
We're not telling where we're heading to yet. We're going to find a lovely hilltop round here somewhere.
We're in Ingram.
It's going to be cold, probably wet, probably windy, probably foggy,
And damp.
but it doesn't stop us tough lads.
Then again, what's new?
So we're going to walk along the valley, find a river crossing, because the river's looking a bit torrential at the minute, but we'll find somewhere to cross over the river, because we're going to come on that side of the river, and it's going to be a steep wall climb, but it'll get warmed up.
Luckily, Dave's got an inflatable canoe in the back there with him the day.
I have actually.
But to get across this river.
I got it off a beach in Dover. Look at that, man, 20 kilos in there. Right, catch up with you shortly. It's up a bit grim on the top of Cheviot there. Glad I'm not going there. I wanted to go there, but Bob said it would be too cold for him and a bit too steep. It doesn't look very nice up there at all. There's Loft Hill. We weren't far from there on a recent camp. That hill we're just passing there, that is where we had to abort our wild camp, our first ever aborted camp. Bob and Ronnie had the tissue paper tents and the 2-inch pegs, and we had to abort, didn't we, Bob?
Wind your neck in.
The wind was about, what was it, 40 mile an hour or plus? Or more, I think.
80? It was 80. Blew me hair off.
That's us just passing Cuddy Stone Hall, and we're going to take this left fork in the road down past the memorial. What does it say on there? Southern No Golds Club. That's a lovely polished new sign. I've done a 1 3/4 already, Bob.
Aye.
Doesn't feel like it. Feels like 10.
Aye.
This memorial, by the way, is in honour of all of the servicemen, because there's an awful lot of plane crashes around these hills, and this kind of commemorates them and tells you the locations of them. And that's a little memorial to some shepherd who did some kind of rescue. Just after this bridge, yeah. Just after the bridge. Right, thankfully someone's put a bridge here. That's nice of them, because I wouldn't want to be walking through that today. To be fair, it's not as high as I expected after all that rain. Very picturesque. There's Bizzleburn and Braden Crab there. And straight ahead, Border Ridge. No idea. And that's the one where we aborted our camp. It's a steep old climb up there. Enjoying the views, Bob?
Aye, yeah. I'm looking for Stevie. He's called Wonder. Any idea where he is? I cannot see him.
Right, we're turning off soon, Bob, so watch where you're going.
Oh.
Right, well, we're eventually off tarmac, thankfully. And this is Commonburn House, 3 miles. So we're going up there, just up and up and up, basically, to the top of some hill. We're not going to Commonburn House. And look at that, a little glimmer of sunshine. Hopefully it becomes more than just a glimmer. Oh, I tell you what, this is some steep hill and we've only just started. There's a long way to go yet. Oh, I had to take my coat off. Sweating like a fat lass at Tesco's reduced fridge. Whew. Dear me. Oh, let's get up this hill. Still climbing. It's never ending this. Just looking straight in front of us there at Loft Hill with the trees on, and over in the background there on the horizon is Colesmouth Hill, and you can just see the trees at the bottom there where we camped to in the last camp. It was about 2 weeks ago, I think. It was a nice little sheltered spot. I'm just eyeing up spots around and about for future camps. We've probably done most of these, to be fair. I haven't done Cheviot. I don't think I'd even want to camp on Cheviot. It's just soggy and bleak. Let's go and find Bob. He's up here somewhere. Not far from the top now. I think that looks about as much sunset as we're going to get tonight. Just all clouded over. That looks like Bob at the top already. He shot up the hill. He's only got 12 kilos in his bag compared to my 20. Plus he's well, I guess he's 72 as well, which I should theoretically be ahead of him. But I've been taking my time. No rush. I've probably got about an hour till it gets dark. I doubt we'll get much in the way of views tonight. No stars, no sunset, no Aurora. At least I don't think so anyway, unless it clears up later on. Right, we've just arrived at our destination just in time before it gets dark. A little summit shelter there. Last of the light, last of the views, to be honest. Not the best pitch, it's not exactly flat, it's quite windy. It's going to be hard getting the pegs in, but situations like this, you've got to make the most of it. Right, let's get this bag unpacked, the tent out, etc. Right, that has eventually got the tents pitched. I've got to say that was probably the toughest pitching of a tent I've ever had to do. It was so windy. I had to like tie the tent in my backpack, get a couple of pegs straight in, and when the tent was all upside down all over the shop. Bob had trouble with his as well, so I gave him a hand. By the end I couldn't actually feel my fingers, so I had to come in the tent for a little bit to get my hands warmed up before I finished up. But it's all kind of pegged out and sturdy enough now. There's been a few showers. It's just horrible outside. It's cold, it's windy, it's wet. What we're actually doing here, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to give it 5 minutes to get warmed up, and then I'll head out and see how Bob's doing and have a look around where we are actually at. There's a little stone shelter just up on the top of the hill, so I'm going to have a look at that and see if it's sheltered enough to sit in later on. Right, see you shortly. It's been such a rush getting the tent up, such a hard job. My hands are just coming back to normality now, so I'll have a quick look around and see my setup. The right tip in here. I've got that big X-bed sin mat. This is a foiled sheet. Look at this, I've slid right down to the side because I'm on a well dodgy pitch, but there wasn't much option. I've got this OEX Leviathan EV900 sleeping bag. It's really warm, but it's massive. It actually took up half of my pack. Usually I've got my electrics and all my bits and bobs stored around there. And down there I've got the beers, which if I'm perfectly honest I don't really fancy, but things may change later. And I've got a nice, what is it? Beef madras with pilau rice, so I may cook that. Unfortunately I'm going to have to cook in the tent, which I don't like doing, but there's a vent up there. I'll just get that vent open and that one at the front. And now we should be okay. When we get sorted and go and see how Bob's doing. My hands were so cold when I came in the tent before. I had to get these Okupa, that's how you pronounce it, Okupa hand warmers. Warm my hands up, lovely and toasty now, but these do the job nicely. On the low setting, they last for quite a lot of hours. Actually got power banks as well, so quite useful things to have, especially when you're in horrible conditions like this. And they're nice and warm now. Right, there we go, that's our setup. Absolutely freezing cold, wet, windy. There's my Hillyberg Namage 2. All my gear inside. I did show you that before. Just too cold to do anything. We were going to go, there's a shelter up on the top of the hill there. We're going to go and sit in that, but it's just absolutely wild and horrible. There's Bob's tent over there. Lovely sand colour. I keep forgetting the name of this one. What's this tent called, Bob? Oh, hang on, it's written on here.
Aye,
Unna. Hillyberg Unna. Lovely tent. Hard setting up in the window. Right, I'm going to go back indoors and I'm going to get myself a coffee on. First time ever cooking in my tent. I don't like doing it. Look at the wind blowing the back of that in. I mustn't have that set up right. I'll have to tweak that a little bit later on, but I'm going to get a coffee first. Right, this is first for me, cooking inside my tent. I'm having a courtesy of Waitrose, the finest beef madras with pilau rice. I've got my vents open, I've got that one up there open, I've got that one up there open, so we should be fine. Bob's stuck in his tent. It's actually that windy you can't even hear each other. I had to ring him up before, check he was alright and that, of course, you know. Looking after the pensioner, but anyway, I'm going to get this nice and warm. I've got a beer in my boot there, my boot speciality boots beer holder, and I'm going to enjoy this. I'll probably end up having an early night if I'm perfectly honest. It's only about 6 o'clock or something, but what can you do when the weather's so nasty outside? Right, let's get this cooked. Right, well I think that's hot enough for me. Piping hot, steaming away. I'll eat that, have a beer out my boot, and then consider what to do for the next 10 hours or something like that. Right, see you shortly. I just had an Aurora alert flash up on my phone, so I stuck my head out the door, but it's quite cloudy at the minute, but I did see a little bit of clear sky in the distance, so I'm going to look back out again in about 15 minutes, maybe half an hour or something like that. This is my first ever tent-bound camp. Bit of a, well, it's kind of alright, but it's not the usual. We're sitting outside with a bit of banter and a couple of beers and stuff, just stuck inside the tent. But I've had some food, had a couple of beers, so it's still only 8:30, so we shall see how the night goes and maybe pop out later on. Right, let's brave the weather, stick my head out the door and see if there's any sign of this Aurora. Nope, nothing. Jimmy Lundy said I've got a video here for the video. Are you having a fun night, Bob? Stuck in your tent?
Yeah, it's not the same. You've got to be outside, man.
Exactly. How rattly is your tent?
Yeah, it's not too bad, just the same.
I've got a little bit flapping somewhere. I'm going to go and tighten my lines in a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to get before I decide to go to sleep. Be worth it.
Have you had your food yet? Get some food down, you'll warm you up.
I'm not having any.
Right.
I'm going to let myself die.
Well, I'm not carrying you down, mind. I'll just roll you. I'll just roll you, you'll stop in the river at the bottom.
This camp's very good for us, like.
Nah.
We need to be out.
Worst camp yet, this, like. This is alright for solo, but not if you're with a group, if you're with other people.
Aye. I mean, you've done great carrying that fucking heavy load up there, like, because it was hard, like.
Oh, I killed us, but I managed.
I lost the will to live on the way up. I thought, we're walking 2 hours? 2 hours?
I was some climb, mind.
Well, it's just as bad as Loft Hill. And it was. So anyway, I'll put it on my list. I'm never doing this again.
Right, okie doke. Well, you get yourself a good night's sleep, right? And I'll see you in the morning.
Don't forget, head up, Loft Hill in this one. Door.
Right, okie doke. This is a mystery hill, by the way. We're not naming it. People have got to guess.
I've named it Scar. What's it?
Right, well, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Catch you later. Ta-ra. Right, it's only 10:15. Me and Bob, we've been tent-bound all night. Windy, rainy, freezing cold. But I still had a good night. Had some nice food, some nice beers, a little bit whiskey. But I'm going to head off to sleep now. I might stick my head out the tent door once more to see if there's no Aurora, but probably not because it's just so cloudy. I can hear Bob in his tent rolling around his squeaky mat, but if nothing else exciting happens tonight, we shall see you in the morning. So thank you for watching so far, folks. Morning everybody, that's me up and about. It's quite cold this morning, but I'm nice and warm in my tent. The sleeping bag was really toasty last night, so that extra size and weight carrying it up was well worth it. But I had a really good night's sleep. My watch has just died actually, but I had about 3 hours deep sleep. I think Bob's had a good night's sleep as well, and I've just shouted across there and he said he was nice and warm in his tent as well. So shame we couldn't get out and have any social time last night, but I still enjoyed myself. Better than sitting doing nothing. At least had a bit of exercise getting up the hill, and we've had a lot of fresh air and a good night's sleep. So I'm going to get my stuff sorted. I'm going to have a look out and see if there's any chance of a sunset. By the feel of it, by the look of it, I'm just looking at the vent there. I don't think so, but let's have a look. There we go. That's this morning's view. Pretty cloudy and murky out there, so I doubt there's going to be any sunrise. Right, let's get a coffee on. Right, that was last night's pitch. Didn't really get a chance to film it last night because it was freezing cold. Couldn't feel my fingers, and it was pitch black as well. Not the best pitch in the world. I've done something wrong at the back there. It's all floppy. That's why it was flapping around in the wind during the night. I need to pitch better the next time, but all in all it held up well. Kept me warm and cosy through the night. I do like this tent. Hillyberg Namage 2. Highly recommended. And there's Bob's Hillyberg on that. Again, couldn't see that last night because it was pitch black. He's just sorting himself out there. Was yours full of ladybirds, Bob?
Huh?
I've had 4 ladybirds in my tent.
No, it's full of pigs who are snoring all night. Didn't know who they were, like.
And that was our view last night, which we didn't see because it was dark.
This was my view all night.
Very
yellow. Thought I was in China. Oh, shouldn't have said that.
Right, let's get this tent down. So there we go, last of our views, and I'm going to head back down. No trace left.
There was no views.
Victor Bell drew there.
Flaming tent all night.
That was a funny old camp that, mine stuck in the tent.
Lying on the bumpy mattress.
That's my pitch there. Look at the state of it. No wonder my tent was all wonky. And that's Bob's there by the crossed poles. Oh, there it is over there. Look, you see the extra flat bit.
That signifies a skiing accident.
It does.
Obviously,
yeah.
It was a camping accident parking here and coming here.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get down the hill. Right, that's it. Another camp done and dusted. I'd say it was successful and that we survived the night. Shame we had to sit in our tents all night because the weather was so bad. It was really cold, but as long as I had the proper stuff with us to keep us warm and dry. But we're nearly back at the car now, so as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and please do me a favour and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.